What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Dummy Wormy, and I'm not really looking forward to making this particular video, primarily because this is what this person wants, okay? She wants you to talk about her. She wants you to discuss her. She wants you to make videos on her. She wants you to do all this because let's be real honest here. When it comes to Alyssa Mercante, people dunking on her, making content about her, talking about her is all she has left right now in the grand scheme of things. She's no longer working for Kotaku. She's no longer relevant. At this point in time, she's basically just refusing to go away, and she keeps making everything worse for herself. And it's exemplified in the latest situation here, because we come over here to that Park Place, and I know this is an article from August, but follow me here. Kotaku senior editor Alyssa Mercante claims she is moving forward with legal action against several parties. For those of you who don't remember, Alyssa Mercante famously threatened to sue people like Grums, people like Smash JT, because she said they were defaming her. She said that they were harassing her. They were attacking them. She brought up all this stuff that says that she's going to be suing them into oblivion. She hired a law firm that is famous for really not getting anything done, but just virtue signaling that they got a lot of stuff done and they stopped the racist and blah, 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 blah. There really wasn't anything here. Because when you actually started digging into what she said, digging into how people were reporting on her, they were bringing up receipts. They were bringing up your tweets. They were bringing up your comments. They were bringing this stuff up. So you really have no case. But none of that's really stopped her because she's announced that, yes, she is suing Smash JT. Alyssa Mercante sues Smash JT for stochastic terrorism, defamation, and more. Right out the gate, you're going to have to prove all this and damages, okay? You're going to have to prove that everything that Smash JT said was defamatory and hurt you and was actually doing any of this. So I can't wait to see all that because Smash JT will do the exact same thing to you, and he has some evidence to back it up. But this is the dumbest thing ever, okay? And again, just like the fact that recently Alyssa Mercante decided to strike 8-Bit Eric's channel and take down videos, just like that and just like this, all you are doing now is basically terrorizing everybody you don't like and giving them fuel to help talk about you more and more and point out how awful of a human you are. But the thing is, she gets off on all this. She gets off on people talking about this right here because that's all she has left. Left Kotaku. She can't really build up a Twitch channel. She has nothing really going for her life. This is all she really has right now. But let's get into what she's suing on because, my God, it's idiotic. Former Kotaku senior editor Alyssa Mercante filed a lawsuit against Smash JT and the United States District Court for the Eastern District of New York for stochastic terrorism, defamation, bias-related violence or intimidation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and tortious interference. Oh, buddy, tortious interference. I can't wait for that one. Stochastic terrorism. Wow, that's going to be really interesting to get down and dirty with. Defamation. You're going to have to prove that Smash JT defamed you and that it cost you damages because, honey, you're a public person right now. So you're going to have to prove some very interesting stuff. Bias-related violence or intimidation. And then you have to prove that all this was intentionally and emotionally distressing. If it was, then why did you keep instigating, darling? Because just to be real honest with you, if it was emotionally distressing, why are you dunking on him and acting like this is a big win? Why is this constantly a thing that you go and do? Why is this something that you keep escalating? And, you know, to make it worse, when we come right on over here and we see, you know, your little quote tweet saying lawsuit filed, why do you have, you know, a clip from his live stream where he's with Hypnotic? They're not going to you, you're going to them. So honey, you're doing this to yourself at this point. That's going to be something that comes up here, because they're not harassing you or going after you. You're going to them. So there's a lot of things I could just debunk out the gate, but let's see what she had to say. She and her lawyers specifically alleged that Smash JT defamed her by claiming she sucks Johnsons for money. Alyssa, you famously tweeted out that you did, but let's continue. The lawyers accused that Smash JT made factually false statements about her with actual malice, because Tarzia's quoted statements are statements which impugn the chastity of Alyssa Mercante and accuse her of commission of a crime of moral turpitude, to wit, prostitution under New York Penal Law 23, under New York Civil Rights Law 77, they are defamatory per se, and special damages need to be plead. They added, nevertheless, as a direct and proximate result of the false statement by Tarzia, Alyssa Mercante has suffered the following non-exclusive list of damages: injury to her professional reputation, loss of status and goodwill at her job. What? Alyssa, you said you left willingly. When we come over here, Alyssa Mercante no longer working at Kotaku. We'll scroll down here. This is your goodbye. This is your goodbye. This decision was made before the layoffs, but now I'm even more glad I made it. You openly said you were leaving by your own will. So you lost your job because of Smash JT? No. See, this is the problem that Alyssa's going to be having. This is the issues Alyssa's going to be having right now, okay? I know there's a tweet of hers out there that says, you know, I used to do things for money and share pictures of my bum for money. There's tweets of hers out there specifically saying just that. All of this right here gets disproven by your own words, Alyssa. Out the gate, okay? Okay? That you lost your job. You didn't lose your job. You left and gloated about leaving the greener pastures and doing different things. So you can't come in here and say, well, I lost my job because of his statements and I have worse moral standing because of him, when your own words exist and people are reacting to your own words as a public figure, no less. So again, all this gets destroyed by you, yourself, Alyssa. Loss of status and goodwill in the industry she covers. You famously say over and over again that everybody loves you and have plenty of connections. So are you saying now otherwise? Because if you're now saying that you are loss of goodwill in industry, does that mean everybody acknowledges that you're a human pile of filth? Because if so, fascinating. What's going on, guys? Editing Dermy here. I mainly came in here to inject in this particular moment because something dawned on me talking about all this. Alyssa's saying that she has lost standing in the industry, that she lost her job due to Smash JT. Problem with that logic would then mean that, hey, she's not working anywhere and she's not doing anything as of right now within the gaming industry or within journalism itself. Thing is, if we just come over here to this thing right here from the Rolling Stone, Luigi Mangoli, the man arrested and charged with the assassination of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, has a new internet presence revealed every hour. The latest, he played at Among Us. Here's everything we know about the game. This is a Rolling Stone tweet, and when you click on the link and you go to the Rolling Stone article, you see something right here in big letters. It's written by Alyssa Mercante. So now, to add on to all of this, Alyssa must prove again that she lost her job to Smash JT and she lost standing within the industry to Smash JT. She lost contract work, all of this. Alyssa, you're working at the Rolling Stone right now, or you're at least contracted at the Rolling Stone. You're freelancing for the Rolling Stone. You're doing something with the Rolling Stone. So if you're doing something with the Rolling Stone, but Smash JT hindered your ability to get a job, made you lose your job, did any of the stuff to harm you reputational wise, why are you working with the Rolling Stone? These two things can't add up, and these are going to be things that you yourself, Alyssa, have to reconcile within the lawsuit against JT. But back to the main video. Injury to her personal reputation, loss of economic opportunity, loss of income, and mental anguish. All of this you are going to have to prove in court is connected to him and not your own actions, Alyssa, because that's going to be real funny. Because if he ends up pointing out that, Your Honor, everything that I reported on was things she specifically said and did, and all I did was repeat what she said and attributed what she said to herself. You got nothing, Alyssa. You done it to yourself. That's going to be the funniest thing about this, is all of this will get destroyed by your own words and actions. That's the funniest part about this. Next, Mercante claims that Smash JT harassed her by engaging in course of conduct that has reasonably put her in fear of physical injury under New York Civil Rights Law 79. Alyssa Mercante states upon information and belief that his selection of her for harassment is based upon Jeff Tarzi's belief of perception regarding Alyssa Mercante's race, color, gender, age, and or sexual orientation. Okay, so you're trying to say that he's being sexist towards you, and now that's lefty laws in a lefty city, so I don't know, but what is he gonna be able to say back? Your Honor, she called my wife. She came at my family. She approached my family. She doxed my family. Kind of hard to stand on the moral high ground, Alyssa, when you go out and do the exact same things. From there, they accuse Smash JT of intentionally inflicting emotional distress on Mercante. The lawsuit alleges Tarzia has engaged in extreme and outrageous conduct. Not only has he committed individually the torts set forth in this complaint, but his conduct has torched a firestorm that has resulted in Alyssa having a daily face unwanted attention online from malefactors, both in public and private messages. Okay, again, you're going to have to prove that he did this and it's not your own actions, considering you are a public figure. You have to prove this stuff now. This is time for big boy action. Big boy claims. Can you do it, Alyssa? Can ya? I don't think you can. This has always been Tarzia's intent. He knew before making a single statement about Mercante that some of his viewers would take it too far, and he made the statement he did, understanding and believing that this type of contact would result. It adds, you will have to prove all of this in court now. You see, you can make a lot of crazy garbage in a lawsuit statement. All of this you are going to have to prove in a legal court now. I want to know what your evidence is, Alyssa, for that, because we know you do the exact same shit. This isn't rocket science at this point. The more I read of this, it's more like, have you looked in a mirror, Alyssa? I know it'll probably crack a little bit, but have you? It then asserts, the direct and approximate result of Tarzia's actions and words is that Alyssa Mercante suffered compensable damages within the jurisdictional limits of this court. Well, what damages? What has he done? Can you prove it? Or are you just saying it? The fourth accusation is that Smash JT engaged in tortious interference with contract. It states Jeff Tarzia's harassment campaign, detailed above, intentionally sought to run Alyssa Mercante out of the video game journalist industry. Jeff Tarzia's harassment was unlawful and tortious, Jeff Tarzia's unlawful harassment was intended to interfere with Alyssa Mercante's employment. Jeff Tarzia's promoted the commentary by streamer Destiny related to Mercante's support of Hassan Piker, which led to people accusing Mercante of anti-Semitism. I got nothing for that. All I'm gonna say is tortious interference. After celebrating Kotaku detected being shut down, Alyssa Mercante now claims you can keep your website. It helps me. What happened here? Well, Alyssa Mercante joined up with the Second Wind CEO to take down and false flag Smash JT's website, removing his ability to make money. They went around happy about it. Both of them worked together in order to do this. In a few days, the website came back up. And after being called out for what she did, after deleting everything, she says, you can keep it. It just helps me. Tortious interference, huh, Alyssa? We got documentation to say that you do this. Again, confession through projection. This is an insane thing that I can't wait to see play out in court. I hope there's cameras. As a direct and proximate result of Tarzia's unlawful harassment, Alyssa Mercante lost her job and her contract bought out by her new former employee. Tarzia intentionally and knowingly tortiously interfered with Alyssa Mercante's contract with her employer, the suit accuses. Again, I must pull up work news. After exactly 2 years, I've decided to leave Kotaku and my role as senior editor. I'm eternally grateful for Kotaku's editorial team and all that they taught me during my time there. They are some of the best in the business, and I will be forever proud to have shared a masthead with them. They continuously fight to maintain the editorial pillars that make Kotaku great and to hold onto their journalistic integrity in the face of increasing pressure to compromise that. It's been a long few months during which I've learned a lot about myself and my value as both a woman and a writer. This is the right decision for me. I have some things coming down the pike, so keep your eyes peeled. As you also then confirm, this decision was made before the layoffs, but now I'm even more glad I made it. Your own statement said you left willingly, that you left without being pushed out the door, that you were glad to do this. You have jobs on the upcoming. So what is it now, Alyssa? Because legal documents say you were fired. But here you're saying you left willingly. Which one is it, Alyssa? You see, things like this are bound to come up. And it's gonna be so funny to watch you have to now say the truth or get caught lying under oath. Who's ready for this? It's so beautiful. Finally, it accuses Smash JT of common law stochastic terrorism and or prima facie tort. It claims that Smash JT stoked harassment by his followers, that stoking is by design, New York, and this court should recognize as residual liability tort for stochastic terrorism, where a person engaged in targeted pattern of harassment directed at one person with the express goal of otherwise tortiously interfering in their person's life or livelihood. It later states this court should impose new tort liability for stochastic terrorism in accordance with its sister court in Washington, so that Jeff Tarzia's wrongs do not go unpunished. In the alternative, the court should use the elements of prima facie tort here. Tarzia has engaged in 1. Intentionally infliction of harm, 2. Causing special damages, 3. Without justification or excuse, 4. By otherwise lawful acts. Now, the more I read this, and I'm no lawyer, you're probably going to need a more legalized person on here. It kind of sounds like unless you prove any of this, you can't get jack. And I kind of want to see you try to prove this, Alyssa. I want to see your evidence. And then I want to see Ron Coleman come in here and just out the court. Alyssa Mercante has undeniably suffered compensable damages within the jurisdiction of this court, including but not limited to lost wages, loss of business opportunity, loss of business goodwill, damage to reputation, loss of employment, mental health anguish, and punitive damages for which demand is now made. Question is this Smash's fault, or is this your own wrongdoing? Did you do this to yourself with your own public statements, being that you are, yes, a public figure? And again, just like when you said he's the reason you lost your job, did you lose your job? Does that mean you got fired from Kotaku? Or will this lovely little set of tweets here come back to bite you in the ass, as you're saying here, you left willingly? Which one is it? Things like this don't work good for you, Alyssa. These hurt you in the long run. As we continue on, Smash AT responded to the lawsuit on X. He wrote, "You are as annoying as you are irrelevant," which is true. Alyssa's only doing this now for relevancy because, yet again, she's no longer working at Kotaku. By her own standards, she has nothing to her name. All she has is her tweets that constantly say she's doing good. She's just fine. Yeah, come at me, bros. Come at me. Come at me. Antagonizing everybody over and over and over again. There's no real reason to even continue talking about her, except she does this to herself. That's going to become an aspect of this as well. Is this all being done by Smash JT, or have you done this all to yourself? Who's to blame? I kind of figure, Alyssa, it's going to be you that do all this. You're the reason this has all happened to you. And a good example of this is, we can come over here. Kotaku senior editor Alyssa Mercante mocks attempted assassination of President Donald Trump. We want to talk about your reputation. When we want to talk about what you did, you mocked the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. Trump's shooter revealed, stormtrooper Alyssa Mercante, he didn't use VATS. For those of you who don't know, VATS comes from Fallout, meaning if you use it, you have a higher chance to actually hit your target. He didn't use it. Oh, but other things that show that you need to, you have a problem here with your own words, not just, the whole, hey, I left willingly. You're saying you got fired in the lawsuit, but you're saying here you left willingly. So which one is it? Another example of this is when you started threatening John F. Trent. Alyssa Mercante threatens entertainment journalist John F. Trent for reporting on her relentless attacks on Smash JT. She said verbatim that John F. Trent is attacking her, is harassing her, and is defaming her based on what she said. And you want to see what his article was? Admitted child murderer Alyssa Mercante claims she's still pursuing legal action against YouTuber Smash JT. Now, you could say that this is a little hyperbolic, but again, the problem is, in these series of tweets he starts talking about, he backs up his statement with things like this. I got pregnant at 25 by my then husband. I had an abortion. I left the relationship 4 years later because it was toxic and abusive. Imagine if I had kept the kid. GTFO of here. I just had an abortion last month. F all of you ancient ass men. F you're straight into the effing sea. You openly boast about your abortion activities. You openly talk about what you do there. So you could say this is hyperbolic, but again, it is based in fact. And you were trying to say that he's defaming you, that you never did this. You had an abortion and you were proud of it. You were shouting it. So what is it? Things like this go to bite you in the butt, Alyssa. Your own words and statements have been used against you. So now when you come over here to sue Smash JT, sue anybody, all they got to do is pull up your own tweets, your own prior statements, your own video statements, everything that you've done in the public eye, and use it against you every single time. So then it boils down to ultimately defamation and harassment. And was any of this done by Smash, or was it done by you? Which one is it? Those are going to be some of the ultimate questions here. And Honestly, I hope it does go to court. I know it's gonna be hard on Smash JT. I know it's gonna be hard on him. It's lawsuits are never great, and the main goal here is to actually harass JT to, have him lose a lot of money because that's what this is ultimately gonna be, is just a waste of money and expenses. But I want it in the public record. I want it in the court system that Alyssa Mercante is a loon, and I want to see her get laughed out of court or is ultimately destroyed and have to pay all of Smash's legal fees, because that's gonna be funny. But I'm gonna leave it there. Let me get you guys' thoughts on all this down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video go live, guys. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.